Hi, I'm Mike with RGS Restorations, and today I'm going to show you how to turn this into this with a process called fireforming. Stick with us. Okay, so fireforming. I think first what we have to do is establish kind of what it is and why an individual would need to use it. As the viewers can see, I've got an 1879 Argentine rolling block sitting out here, and it's been rechambered in 11mm Mannlicher from 43 Spanish. This is one of those instances where an individual might need to fireform brass to fit this chamber when you can't get an obsolete black powder cartridge. So I couldn't think of a better example to use for this video. As you can see here on the table, it's a multiple step process. Okay, in this instance, I'm going to start with the 348 Winchester case. And the reason why I'm starting with the 348 Winchester case is because these base dimensions are similar enough to the 11mm Mannlicher cartridge where I can make this work for this chamber. Each individual instance is going to vary. You can't use 348 Winchester for everything, but for the sake of this video, this is what we're using. It works well for this. So, the first thing you're going to start with is your case, your cartridge case. Okay, I'm not going to cover annealing or priming the case. In this instance here, this cartridge case has already been annealed and it has already been primed to save us a little bit of time for the video. Having said that, I need to note you absolutely must anneal these cases before you proceed. Failure to do so would cause splitting at the necks and the cases and potentially all the way down the case body when you do your initial forming. So it's very important that you anneal prior to this. For videos on annealing, there's plenty of them out there. There's quite a few good ones. So if you have questions on annealing, you can, in the comments, ask us questions. We'd be happy to respond. Or if there's another video out there someplace that shows it, I could recommend that too. So, first things first. With the annealed and primed case, what we're going to do is we're going to do this initial part of the forming with an inert filler. In this case, my favorite, which is cream of wheat. It's a common one. A lot of guys use it. I like to use Unique or Bullseye, something like that, a small charge of a fast-burning powder. So the first step to this process after you have your your primed and annealed case is you're going to take your measured charge of Unique. In this case, I'm using 10.5 grains of Unique, pre-measured, just to save us a little bit of time here. Now, the next step is not necessary, but it's just something I like to do. I like to put a piece of toilet paper over the powder charge. It kind of holds the powder charge back against the primer. After that, you're going to pour in your cream of wheat, my favorite. Now, when you're pouring in the cream of wheat, what you want to do is you want to fill it to a point where it fills the entire shoulder area of the old case and then partially up the old case neck. I like to go about a quarter of the way up the old case neck, a quarter to a half. And then I take another piece of toilet paper, and this one is a necessity because it allows you to pack the cream of wheat, not only pack the cream of wheat in there, but it keeps everything in place when you go over to the firing barrel. And this here is really what helps form the front portion of this case. So stick with us. We're going to head to the clearing barrel and we're going to start forming. Okay, so this is what we come up with after the initial firing with the inert cream of wheat filler. As you'll see, the shoulder is formed and the neck is opened up, and the forming comes down and stops about halfway down the base of the case. Now the next step, okay, which is the final step, is to shoot this partially formed case from the inert filler. What we're going to do now is we're going to put a full charge in and actually seat a bullet on top and finish forming the case. So for this, we are using 30 grains of 30-31. Again, pre-measured to save time. And a tuft of Dacron to, again, hold the powder charge in there. And then we are just going to go ahead and finger seat this bullet just like that into the case. And now we're ready to finish our forming process. Okay, I would just like to take a quick moment to say to all our viewers, thank you for watching. And if you like this information and the topics we discuss, please feel free to subscribe and hit like in the comments section. Also, if there's anything else you'd like to see from us, suggestions, anything of the sort, please feel free to put them in the comments and we'll do our best. Okay, so now we've fired the case now with 30 grains of 30-31 and a bullet seated. And this is the end result of our two-step fire forming. So what we have, once again, like I said, is a multi-step process. You're starting with a .348 Winchester case. You're annealing it, of course, priming it. You're adding a fast charge of unique or bullseye, something like that. Something around 10 to 12 grains should be sufficient in a cartridge case with this kind of volume. You're adding cream of wheat as a filler up to the base of the case neck, slightly above that, and then you're topping it with a piece of toilet paper. The next step is to fire it, which it'll form about halfway. And then for your final forming step, you're going to actually load a regular charge of rifle powder, the powder of your choice. You're going to top that. I like to top it with Dacron because it keeps the powder set back against the primer, and then a bullet seated on top of it. And as you can see, that is what finishes the forming on the case body. So you'll go from this to this. Well, that's all I have for you today. If you like this information, or if you wanted any more information on this process, please feel free to leave it in the comments and we'll try and address it as best we can. Thank you.